Ashley.
And I'm Ethan.
And welcome to Game on Board Game, a channel where we talk about board games and do fun games and challenges based on our love for them.
In this video, we're going to be trying to guess the board game user ratings based on the BGG user reviews.
Correct.
So we each have taken 5 board games in our collection, gone on to BoardGameGeek.com, looked through different reviews, and we're going to be like giving those as prompts to the other person to try to guess, like, okay, for this review, what did that user give the game? 1 through 10 ratings, basically.
Right. So we've seen like other YouTubers do kind of similar things where they'll do like maybe 1-star reviews and you have to guess what the game is. We are going to provide the game, but then guess what the rating is. So kind of the opposite direction.
Exactly.
What we're going to do is we're going to have like a 3, 2, and 1 point scale. So if you can guess the score based on that rating.
Based on that review.
That review. Then you get 3 points. If you have to do 2, then you get 2 points, and 1 is 1 point.
Yeah, and there's a general idea that the first prompt you get will be like a lot harder to guess, and hopefully it'll get a little more specific and descriptive as it goes on.
Do you want to start, or would you like me to?
You seemed like you were finding some pretty funny ones, so why don't you ask me first, and I'll see if I can guess first.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Let's see here. All right, so the first game is Wingspan.
Okay.
Okay. So, first comment I'm going to give you. Sort of a nerd's version of nature, where you play to collect a variety of birds who sit there and produce profit for you.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't sound negative, like he doesn't like the game necessarily. That sounds like a 7 to me.
It is not a 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Second round.
All right. Next one. Can't fit dice in front holes of bird feeder. Boring but pretty.
Okay.
I told you these were good. Which also, like, you're not supposed to fit the dice in the front holes of the bird feeder. That's not the point. It's supposed to go in the back of the bird feeder.
That was a great point, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like that meme or whatever, like, like, instructions unclear.
Right.
Yeah. A little worse, 6.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, ready for your last one?
Yep.
It's not even a game.
What does that mean? That should have been the first one.
Okay. Well, then you're saying you should, like, get it or whatever.
Okay. 2.
You're closer. It's a 1.
Wow. All right. So you went for the extreme right off the bat. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so that's 0 points for me.
Sorry.
Now I was worried there'd be an aspect to this challenge that the natural process of elimination, there's only 10 possible guesses in each round. You eliminate some. So you would just, like, figure it out probably by the end, but clearly that's not the case.
Right.
These are all over the place. So.
Well, and also I tried to start with, like, positive ones for a 1-star.
Yeah, you want to throw
right?
me off.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand.
Yeah.
Let's throw it back Ashley's way now here.
All right.
All right.
What game are we going to do?
All right, so my first game is Obsession.
Okay.
Ready? The review is, would you care to join the Lady Mary Russell for afternoon tea in the main gazebo?
It's really great.
That's the whole thing. I mean, it fits.
It's not very
It doesn't tell you much, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
6?
Wow, that's a 6.
Wow, nice. All right, well, I want to hear the other one.
Yeah, of course. All right. Lots of interesting decisions and dripping with theme.
Okay.
Right. I thought that sounded higher than a 6,
yes,
honestly.
I agree.
So that was more just a throw you off one. But then, personally, don't get the fuss. I liked the theme, but I didn't feel like I was partaking in that world. I think that there's some odd fiddly moments with scoring and what cards can do, and I really hate the graphic design. It's fine, but I would never own it and only play if it was the only game on offer.
Sure, that would have been helpful.
Yeah.
But if I just guessed lucky, I think.
Mine will get sillier as we go.
All right.
So score currently 3-0.
Yes.
All right.
Starting off pretty
What else
strong
is
here.
new?
All right, I think the next one I'm going to do is Villainous.
Okay.
Okay.
Disney Villainous?
Yes, it was Disney Villainous. And
It did
specifically
the core box.
the core box,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
The worst takes all. Not actually mine, but it lives on my shelf.
Again, doesn't sound like they don't like it.
It also gives you basically nothing.
Yeah. That's an 8.
No,
All
not
right.
an 8. All
If I
right.
say it with confidence.
Second. Honestly, I've not made up my mind on this game completely.
Is that the whole thing?
That's it.
All right. 5.
Nope, not a 5. Villainous is honestly better than I expected. It's got some interesting things going on for a mass market game, but I think you'd enjoy it a lot more if you were more into Disney.
I wish I could say 8 again. That really sounds like an 8. 7.
You're so close. It's a 6.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
So many numbers. We should have given a range.
No, we should not. We didn't do decimals. We could have done decimals.
That's fine. All right. 3-0 still.
Yeah.
All right. We have the crew.
Okay.
And if it matters, this is the original crew.
Okay.
The Search for Planet 9.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Gifted by Secret Santa 2020.
Well, that's helpful. 4. Okay.
All right. I own Deep Sea, but really this is almost as good. For replayability, you just need to rely more on the campaign for this one.
5?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Is your next guess going to be 6?
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, my thought was like I was thinking it was a 6, but you just did a 6, so I thought like you probably wouldn't do 2 6s in a row.
Oh.
But maybe you're trying to be tricky.
Yeah, okay. When played with the right set of people, the crew ends up being the epitome of just one more game. I've had friends with no interest in cooperative games pick this up and become addicted to the puzzle it brings. Strong recommend.
All right, how about a 9?
It's a 10.
10, really?
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
I don't know, they didn't sound very strong.
I agree.
You know? Like,
Right,
yeah. Okay. Whew.
All right, we're still in it.
Okay.
What you got?
Let's do Ark Nova, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were giggling at these ones.
These are a little bit longer.
Okay.
Is this game overhyped? Oh, for sure. But so is, for example, Terraforming Mars. What Ark Nova is, though, is a very rewarding and solid engine builder with too much luck and playtime that is a smidge too long for the experience you get. Only ever played it with 2. I fear with 3 it would overstay its welcome.
Okay. 7.
Nope, not a 7.
I don't rate or review games on BGG myself, but if I did, so many things would get a 7. But that's just not how the internet works. You know,
Yeah.
reasonable takes.
Yeah.
Like, my whole life is a bell curve philosophy. Just, I gotta throw that out the window, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. This is probably a 1.
My only gripe with Ark Nova is that it was a bit too long. However, after a few plays, it flows nicely, and at 2 players, it is really a very interesting smart puzzle. A truly good game with a nice theme.
9?
It is a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 2.
All right.
3-2.
Would you like to hear the last one?
Of course.
Okay.
It's gonna be the best one.
The more times I play this game, the more I like it. The mechanics of actions, the way they are combined, the multitude of combinations, and low repetition of cards are all on the plus side. On the downside, the game takes a long time for 4 people and slow digging the deck regardless of the number of people. I'm waiting for the expansion.
Okay. I mean, those were all reasonable. Like, actually discussing the game. So.
I know. I gave you a softball for the first one, I decided.
All right. We have Star Wars Rebellion.
Okay.
Very popular overall in the top 10.
That's
right?
true.
So
That's true.
you expect there must be a lot of good ratings.
I don't know. I feel like also there could be like really bad ones because people are like, why is this rated so high?
You're going to love how this one starts.
Okay.
Didn't play, but watched videos on it and examined the game board. It's pretty combat focused. I'm not that much into Star Wars.
Okay. Okay, so just first off, how do you rate a game without playing
Sure.
it? Like, you should not be rating games if you haven't played it. All right, how about a 3?
That's a 3.
Wow, nice.
Oh my god.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I'm so good at this.
That's a shame because I like my other ones for this.
Well, no, I want to hear them.
Yeah. Boring. Not satisfying hide and seek. Takes too long time in comparison to what it offers. Dice without any reroll mechanisms are bad. If it would take 2 hours less and give any option to mitigate bad luck, it would be good game. One of my worst board game experiences, even though I'm a SW fan. And last one is, I hate this game, but my husband loves it.
I read some of those for some other games.
Sure.
That's funny.
All right, 6-2.
Yes. All right, I'm going to go Spirit Island.
You're just taking shots in the dark, too. It's like crazy. You're just putting numbers out there.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, they didn't play it or anything, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it just didn't sound like they would like it, so they clearly don't want to play it. I don't know. Protect an island as a spirit. That's it.
Okay. Oh, I have to guess.
I suppose you can
What if I don't?
pass your guess.
10.
Nope.
Okay.
Co-op to play a spirit that protects the island from colonists. It is pandemic to the next level, and it is co-op, but also where you still play sort of your own game. Good game, but not completely my cup of tea. Events complexity that is not needed. Vague spirit stuff.
What were the other ratings for yours? I just assumed that you probably wouldn't repeat a number like again that
I'm
you
not
just
gonna
did.
tell you.
All right, I don't know. 6.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, last one. A solid co-op game with great design philosophy. Multiple spirits, 8. Offers replayability out of the box. Max 4 players. Can suffer with quarterbacking. 1 player playing everyone's turns.
That's crazy.
But if that can be avoided, it can have some nice synergy discussions between players to solve problems. Game also can be scaled up in complexity, making it very escape room in a box.
Try an 8.
Did you just guess 8?
I guess 6.
Oh, okay. No, it's right in between at 7.
Yeah, all right. Am I locked out at this point? I mean, we'll play it out, but I think I only have 3 points available now.
That's true. Yeah.
My 4th game is Final Girl.
Okay.
Our first review purchased 4 core sets, 2 box of props.
Ugh, I saw so many of those. I was like, why? Okay, well, they purchased several of them. 4 core sets?
Yeah. This implies that all they have is that and box of props as well. Yeah. So they can't even actually play it because you need a feature film.
Well, but like
Don't let that
the core
influence your
set
answer.
sometimes like comes with the Hans one though.
That's the starter set.
Oh, well, or they just don't
The
know
core
what they're talking
box.
about.
Yeah, I mean, that could be. Sure.
Yeah.
I also don't know if you can buy the box of props retail. That's like part of the like ultimate box collection. So like it's really weird that they would just have that and nothing else.
Sure. How about a 5?
Incorrect.
Okay.
Moving on. I used to imagine horror movies as a child with dolls and props. Now I can do it just by opening this game and letting the anguish, despair, and final tear of hope exist right in front of me.
Oh my god, this person needs to be checked out.
I think they nailed it. That's the best part of Final Girl to me.
This sounds like some sort of murder in the making here. Let's see. 7?
Nope.
Okay.
This one starts off good too. Not going to rate this.
That's it?
No, not going to rate this, but I find this an odd business model. You need this to play Final Girl, but you cannot play Final Girl until you purchase one of the feature film boxes? Why not put them together in one box? Edit, 2023. They did create a starter bundle combining the core and their first adventure, The Happy Trails Horror, so they realized it was easier this way. Wonder how many people bought the core and were disappointed opening the box and realizing that they didn't have enough to play a game. Edit, 2025. As a game, Final Girl is very good. Easy to set up, take down. It is even portable. Great for a business trip, a lunch break at work, on a park bench. It works.
All right.
That one really took you on a journey.
It did. All right, how about 9?
That's a 9.
Nice.
All right, 7 points for you,
7
right?
points,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is an Ashley victory, but we'll get our giggles in.
Okay.
I gotta go with last.
Your last one
Yeah, okay.
is Arkham Horror the card game, which is Ethan's favorite game of all time.
Yeah. This sounds promising. There's a lot of love it or hate it for this game, for sure.
Sure.
Strong opinions on both ends.
Can we play something like D&D? Dash, Mom. No. It costs too much and takes too much time to prepare. Me. Hundreds of dollars later.
Yep.
Thought you'd appreciate that one.
Yeah, we can relate. Worth every penny. I don't know. 5.
No, not a 5.
We have D&D at home.
This is just silly from the first few cards and evokes no sense of cosmic dread whatsoever.
1? I thought maybe just you'd go for the 1s because that's my favorite, but
No, it
right.
didn't.
last up.
LCGs, which should be board games, just aren't cool.
But it is a board game. Are they saying it's like a card game only?
I don't know.
Just not cool.
Just not cool.
2?
4.
Okay. Yeah, I know. This is not my challenge. Oh well. It's fun though. We
I
come
love
back
it
to
like
this.
hundreds of dollars later. I'm like, we can relate to that.
Yeah. It's a lifestyle game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
it sure is for you.
We have Pandemic Legacy Season 1.
Okay.
At one point, the #1 rated game on BoardGameGeek.
That's true.
Cooperative activities are not games. Want to cooperate with your friends? Go camping.
That's it?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
the next two are longer, but
Go camping. Okay.
what you think?
2?
Nope.
Okay.
Good guess. My sister used to have it and sold it. I would have bought it from her. Now it's out of print in Spain, and the thought of never getting my hands on it, as well as the other 2 seasons, is driving me to despair. Sure, you can buy it on Asmodee's online store, but only in English. Sure, I can speak English perfectly, but I prefer playing in my language. I can and did replay video games which have a story despite already knowing it, so this shouldn't be different. Guess I'll have to manufacture them myself. Thankfully, there's a playthrough on YouTube which shows all cards on the screen when they appear.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine making this whole game by yourself.
Dedication.
I guess so.
They must love it, right?
4?
Nope.
Okay.
This one might take a couple takes because it's pretty poorly written, but I wish this single-use plastic and pasteboard-laden box and all it stands for didn't exist. Single-use games reduce craftsmanship and heritage to a decadent, planet-wrecking scratch ticket. The search mechanic that shows up after a while sucks too and turns the whole bloody affair into a shaggy dog joke. Have fun letting your month-long campaign be resolved by a game of Candyland.
Wow. Harsh.
What is the shaggy dog thing?
I don't know. 1?
It's a 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I ended up with 8 points and you had 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, pretty fair. All right, well, I don't know how I expected that to go, but challenging, to say the least.
Yeah,
People are all over the place,
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, most of those did not sound like much of any direction towards a number, but then when you actually hear it, it's also like, well, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think it's difficult because people rate kind of all over the place. Like, I was like, oh, let me grab things that sound higher, right?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
then ones that sound or like should be high, kind of grab ones that are a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Which, like, honestly, I sometimes appreciate those ones because it's like, if they're like a 9 or something, it's like they're
not just blind praising it.
Yeah,
Kinda. Yeah.
exactly.
For sure.
They're being honest about it.
I get that, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a good way for us to gamify it.
Yeah.
Is,
That's true.
put a twist on, like, make it sound like one number when it's not.
Right.
We threw some in as just curveballs, like
Right.
Secret Santa 2020 or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also think like these were
That
good
presumably
ones
means
to
it was
pick.
on their list at least, right? So
That's true.
unless it really failed for them after Christmas when they tried it, it'd probably be Sword Fi.
The only one that I switched the game out was I tried Cascadia, but honestly all of Cascadia sounded right on point. Like 7s sounded like 7s and 2s sounded like 2s, and I was like, this is gonna be too easy.
That's nice.
It was nice
Basically,
actually.
if you like Cascadia, you're a reasonable person.
Yes. I guess so. Yeah, honestly, I think like most of them though were like pretty easy to find.
That means if you guys like this, it'd be easier for us to pull some more games and give it another
Absolutely.
run. So
Yeah.
let us know. All right?
Absolutely.
If you got a laugh out of this, be sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below with your favorite one of the reviews. Or if you've pulled any off yourself that you've noticed over the years, let us know. We'll get a kick out of it too, right?
Yeah, or if you played along with us, how well did you do? Did you beat our scores?
Sure.
Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Game on.
Game on.